Good afternoon and welcome back. This is Orphan Car Garage. This is my YouTube channel. My name is John. I'm located in Abington, that's in Massachusetts, and we are the purveyors of affordable classic cars. Abington, in case you're wondering, is about 30 minutes south of the great city of Boston. The car here in front of us is a really cool one. You may recall the 1957 model of this that we profiled and sold pretty quickly, probably a couple, 3 months ago. That was a 1957 Imperial, designed by the late, great Virgil Exner. That was the first year for that forward look design by Virgil. And in front of us, we have the last year of that forward look design from Virgil. This is a 1963 Chrysler Imperial LeBaron. And I'll get to what a LeBaron is in a minute. This car is a largely, in fact, almost completely original. This is a real Survivor car. Its original Mayan gold paint is still applied. Very, very nice finish. Just a tiny bit of patina to prove that the paint is original. We can't find any signs of any past paint work. And the gentleman that did the ceramic coat on this car, and yes, it has been ceramic coated, noted as well that it's original paint. We have no reason to argue that fact. It appears completely original. It's complemented by a nice, what Chrysler called alabaster, which is an off-white leather interior, which is gorgeous, and we'll get inside in a minute. Just like the 57 that I profiled, this is also a four-door hardtop. These are one of my favorite car designs from the 50s and 60s and early 70s. No pillar here between the front and rear door, which would call this a sedan. This is not a sedan, it's a hardtop. Not only is it a hardtop, but it's a LeBaron. Hardtop by LeBaron Coachwork. The easiest way to tell a LeBaron is the roof line. The roof line was actually designed by the next designer that came along at Chrysler, Elwood Engel. And Elwood was known over at Ford for designing the 1961 Continental four-door. So if you look at a 1964 Imperial that Elwood completely designed, you'll definitely see some styling cues to the the Continental that he designed over at Ford. This, however, is a nice combination of both Virgil Exner and Elwood. Elwood did lend his pen to the roof line, which is actually very formal in this car, and this signifies the LeBaron. Sort of a smaller rear window without the wraparound and that little edge that gives the idea of maybe a carriage roof or a convertible top there, built right into the hard top styling. Again, a little lip there. Very, very cool. Very formal. Very Mr. Drysdale on the Beverly Hillbillies always drove an Imperial much like this. The most striking feature of these 1962 Imperials, of course, in case you didn't already know, are the floating headlights. Yes, people, this headlight basically floats. I can put my hand behind here. The headlights are mounted on a pedestal. All four headlights are considered floating headlights that mount on a pedestal in the opening of the body. And as you can see, there's some patina on the chrome. This is an original unrestored car. A little bit on the bumpers too that you'd expect for a car of this age. These headlights do have some minor imperfections in them, kind of what you'd expect for an unrestored original Survivor. The grille is 1963 only, with that cool split in the middle with the Chrysler, the Imperial emblem. Not Chrysler, this was an Imperial. But overall, a very, very, very nice presentation. That really cool Imperial hood ornament to let everybody know that you had an Imperial. And if you were driving, it was to remind you you hadn't made it because you were driving an Imperial. This is, again, the LeBaron Crown hardtop. And they only built about 14,000 of these particular body styles in 1963. So it makes the car somewhat rare as well. As you'd expect, the car is fully equipped and everything, or most everything, works. You've got power windows, even the power vent window. That all works. Power door locks, which work, and a power seat, which works every direction it's supposed to. Sort of unusual to find in these old cars. Usually something that's power assisted doesn't work. Not the case in this car. Extremely cool dashboard. I'm going to see if I can zoom out. You've got that iconic square steering wheel, which I guess probably is a double-edged sword, but I love the look of it, and it's really cool at a car show. Great to cruise down straight, but I'm imagining corners might be a little difficult if you're used to if you're used to turning quite a bit. This one's an odd shaped steering wheel, so if you're taking some sharp curves, that might take some getting used to. But the car, of course, has power steering, so there's probably not much effort in that at all. A padded dashboard, which was standard. Again, beautiful leather, alabaster colored interior. Not any imperfections at all, and a beautiful headliner with no stains. The car is just incredible. I know you're probably asking what the mileage is on the car. 73,426 miles. Original miles on this 1963 Imperial. Yes, of course, it does have air conditioning. It operates, but it doesn't blow as cold as I think it should. So that might need some tending to. I'm not going to be one of those guys that says it needs a charge. It probably does just need a charge, but I hate it when people say it just needs a charge, because you never know for sure. But it is all hooked up. The belt is on the compressor. The compressor seems to kick on no problem. So very little to be done there, I assume. But that's up to the next owner. You'll notice this really cool, I wish I could take it and keep it, original Mopar accessory floor mat with that forward look design. Extremely cool, in beautiful condition. I'd love for those mats, these mats, to go missing, because these mats are more rare than the cars themselves. Automatic push button transmission. That's a Torque Flight 3-speed automatic. Very cool feature, and those push buttons match the push buttons for the climate control, which is really neat. This dashboard is almost as cool, if not maybe a little cooler, than the 57 that we had in inventory a couple months back. This car is just absolutely stunning. I'll show you under the hood. I'll show you under the hood. We'll get the car started. Got a 413 cubic inch V8. That iconic Chrysler starter you heard as the car started. There we go. Nice, clean, well-presented engine bay. The car has always been well maintained. The most recent owner drives this car regularly, takes it to car shows and cruise nights where it's a big hit to be seen. He's probably the only one there with a forward-look Imperial. Jiffy Jet windshield washers. There's that AC compressor that is hooked up. The AC is completely plumbed. Nice, smooth running 413 V8 engine. Some of the original decals here from the factory. Somebody added some insulation under the hood, which is not uncommon and certainly not too much of a hindrance. Not original to the car, unlike the rest of the car, but easily removed if you didn't like it. Just a beautiful, well-presented Survivor Imperial. Nice running car. Again, it gets driven regularly and maintained regularly. This car is very turnkey. There's a full gallery of pictures on my website, orphancargarage.com. It's a rust-free car. Probably didn't have to mention that, but I will anyway. Beautiful, beautiful presentation of an original unrestored forward look Imperial. Nice running car. Very, very turnkey car. Nothing that needs to be done. Again, those really cool floating headlights. I mean, everybody at a car show will go nuts over that. Orphan Car Garage pricing on this beautiful Survivor 1963 Imperial in Mayan gold with a beautiful alabaster white leather interior. $23,900. Just $23,900. These cars, in my estimation, are way nicer than a Cadillac or a Lincoln of the same vintage. Don't get the same respect those cars do, so it keeps the values more affordable. And I like them far better. Not that there's anything wrong with those two models, because those are beautiful cars in their own right, but I've always been a fan of these underdog Imperials. Because they're an underdog, they're far more affordable, and again, you'll be the only one at the cruise night or the car show with one. Here we have a beautiful surviving turnkey example for just $23,900. Give me a call, 508-954-8090. My name is John. Check this car out on the web, orphancargarage.com. Of course, like and subscribe to me here on YouTube. I always appreciate that. and the comments that come along with it. I try to respond to everybody at some point, and I appreciate that you leave those comments. I do read them. Find me on Facebook and like me there. All our new arrivals get posted there as well. We are the purveyors of affordable classics. Don't forget that. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.